That was awesome. And no, I'm not just talking about the D-backs knocking off the Phillies in the NLCS. I'm talking about Texas knocking off Houston in an epic 7-game series in the American League Championship Series. What a World Series we have set up. The Arizona Diamondbacks, the last team to qualify for the playoffs, reaching their first World Series since 2001. The Texas Rangers, coming out of nowhere this season, all that pitching they added in the offseason, all that money they have spent has paid off and gotten them back to the dance. What a World Series this is shaping up. The question is, who has the edge in the 2023 World Series? Let's break it down. Let's go. When you look at position by position in this World Series, we are going to have an absolute classic. First off, behind the plate, what a stud Gabriel Moreno is. Absolutely fantastic defensive player. The offense has been unreal in these playoffs. Clutch hit after clutch hit. He reminds me of a young Yadi Molina with a better bat. What a postseason he has had. And the most important player for the Texas Rangers in this entire series might just be catcher Jonah Heim. And I really like Jonah Heim. He can add something with a bat. But what he's going to have to do for the Texas Rangers to win the World Series is do something the Phillies could not do in Game 6 and 7, and that is control the running game. Jonah Heim has a great arm. The question is, can he limit the Diamondbacks on the bases? But this is a big-time matchup. Two young stud catchers that are going to be around for years to come. At this moment, all-around game, you have to give the edge to Moreno and the Diamondbacks, but Jonah Heim is the most important player in my eyes for the Texas Rangers. At first base, we see two studs that are currently struggling. Nathaniel Lowe has not had the best overall year, but he was very, very good last year. Christian Walker has had an epic year and is probably the best defensive first baseman in all of baseball. So he definitely has the edge there. The question is going to be, what if one of these guys breaks out in the World Series? These are the X factors in my eyes. Two power hitters that can carry an offense if they're going well, but neither of them is going well right now. A shift in pitching staffs could be a big help for both of them. Now, Nathaniel Lowe is probably going to see a lot of left-hand relievers. Kyle Nelson, Joe Mantiply, Andrew Saalfrank. And Christian Walker is going to continue to see a lot of high fastballs that he was struggling with against the Phillies. This is really a coin flip right now. Defensively, I guess it comes down to giving the edge to Walker, but this one's pretty much a wash for me right now unless someone can break out. If you had asked me at any point in time this season who's the better second baseman, Marcus Semien or Ketel Marte, I'm pretty sure my answer would have been Marcus Semien. He is absolute clutch, power hitting second baseman, incredible defensively, but Ketel Marte has taken his game to a whole nother level. He is ripping the cover off the baseball, playing dynamite defense, using his legs, creating all kinds of chaos at the top of the lineup for the D-backs. Now, Marcus Semien is the type of guy with one swing can change a series. So this is a very, very close battle as well. When it comes down to this one, at this moment in time, edge Diamondbacks. But by game 2 or 3, it may be edge Rangers. We're going to look to find out. Shortstop is an easy one. Corey Seager is that dude for the Texas Rangers. Geraldo Perdomo for the D-backs has had a very good postseason. He's tremendous defensively. There's no questions there. Corey Seager holds his own defensively as a solid shortstop. But with the bat, Seager just knocks us out of the park. Incredible power hitter, incredible clutch hitter. He's been here before. He has won a World Series before. Corey Seager is probably the best all-around player in this postseason World Series. Now, Geraldo Perdomo has got a lot to live up to here, but he doesn't have to. If he can get on base a little bit, use his speed, use his legs, he can be a factor in this World Series. But this one's easy. Big edge shortstop. Texas Rangers. Corey Seager is incredible. At third base, this could get interesting. What if What if, in his potential final season, Evan Longoria went off in a World Series? What a fun story that would be. But as of right now, you have to give the edge to the Texas Rangers. Josh Jung has found his stroke again. He has been playing very well. He is solid defensively, and he's the type of power hitter who can carry a lineup as well. We saw that at various points through the season for the Texas Rangers. Josh Jung is a blossoming star in the making. He is such a talented hitter, and is a big reason why people should be watching this series. Now, Evan Longoria is going to get a lot of at-bats. I expect Emmanuel Rivera will get some at-bats as well, especially when Jordan Montgomery starts for the Texas Rangers. This is another very interesting position here. The advantage is definitely Texas, but who knows what can happen in a World Series, and wouldn't it be incredible to watch Evan Longoria walk off into the sunset as a World Series champion? Left field is very, very interesting in this series. Lourdes Gurriel versus the rookie Evan Carter. Evan Carter had an incredible start this year and playoffs with the bat. The young rookie has been incredible, but he has cooled some as the playoffs have gone on and teams have started to figure him out a little bit more. That's to be expected. He is a rookie. Lourdes Gurriel has made an impact in every single series for the Diamondbacks. Is he scary defensively to watch? Yes, absolutely. I watched him for years as a Toronto Blue Jay fan. Lourdes Gurriel is a scary outfielder to watch, but he usually gets the job done. Evan Carter is the type of guy you want playing left field. He's a very, very good defender, and that will really show up in the big outfield in Arizona. Now, the question comes down to the bat. I would favor Lourdes Gurriel over Evan Carter at this moment right now. Lourdes jumps on pitches. He really sits well on pitches and is a very good hitter. Evan Carter is kind of figuring it out right now, but with a change to a new pitching staff, he may find some new life in that bat in this series as well. Right now, I'm going to give slight edge to the Texas Rangers with Evan Carter because of the defense and the potential of that bat. Center field is very, very interesting as well. Two very good defenders in Leody Taveras and Alek Thomas. Thomas has shown a lot with power at the bat in the playoffs. Leody Taveras has done that at times as well. The extra base hits and power for a few home runs from him as well. This is a very interesting prospect in the center field position. A lot of speed for both players as well. A lot of good defending, which will play well in a pretty big ballpark in Texas and Chase Field in Phoenix. Both have a very big center field, so this is going to be very interesting to watch defensively. Hopefully they can both live up to their standards and be quality defenders in the outfield. I fully expect that they will. When it comes down to the bat, I would take Leody Taveras. He's been a little more consistent with the bat. Alek Thomas has been up and down and kind of added some pop. So I think when it comes down to it, I probably favor Thomas a little bit defensively. Taveras more with the bat. Overall, we'll take Leody Taveras and a slight edge over Alek Thomas. And how about the right fielders? Adolis Garcia, Corbin Carroll. What a battle. Two of the blossoming young stars in all of baseball. This is why we need to watch this World Series. This is going to be one of the epic encounters in this World Series. Garcia and Carroll matching up as the right fielders. Garcia brings the absolute thump, but he has a lot of swing and miss in his game. Corbin Carroll has all kinds of speed, but he has struggled a little bit at times in this playoffs with the bat, especially against higher velocity pitching. Now, when it comes down to it, Garcia is a decent defender with a good arm. Carroll is a quality defender with a poor arm, so they balance themselves out there. Right now, when it comes down to it, it's going to be, can Garcia get some pitches and hit some home runs, or can Carroll get on base and really affect the game with his speed? Don't forget, though, he's got some pop as well. When it comes down to this one, I'm going to favor Carroll over Garcia because I think there's a few more opportunities there, especially on the bases. But if Adolis Garcia continues to stay as hot as he is and thump the baseball, he is going to make a big impact on this World Series. At the DH position, it looks like we're probably seeing a lot of Tommy Pham and Mitch Garver. Now, Mitch Garver's had a very good playoffs. There's a lot of swing and miss to his game. There's a lot less swing and miss to his game from Tommy Pham, but he's been really struggling through this postseason as it comes down to just pure hitting as a DH, I think you have to favor Mitch Garver here. He's been more consistent through the playoffs for Texas than Tommy Pham has been for the D-backs. But at one point, Tommy Pham was carrying this offense for the Diamondbacks, so I expect a lot from him in the World Series. Mitch Garver, as I said, can really affect the game. You have to give advantage Texas here, although you never know what you're going to get with Tommy Pham. When it comes down to starting pitching, this is where the games are going to be won and lost. Texas has got to this World Series almost essentially based on starting pitching. Jordan Montgomery, Nathan Eovaldi, Max Scherzer. Eovaldi and Montgomery have been lights out. You throw in some depth there of Dane Dunning, probably the Game 4 starter. Andrew Heaney probably moves more into a bullpen role. You just don't know what you're going to get with Max Scherzer. I am not a Scherzer guy. I never have been. I don't think he's going to be the type of starter they expect in this World Series, battling through the injuries. Yes, he's gutting it out. Yes, he is a true contender for a Hall of Fame position someday, but I just don't see how he can affect the World Series the same way he would like to. Montgomery and Eovaldi have been incredible. I would expect to see the same thing from them. When you take a look at Arizona, yes, it's Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, and how about Brandon Pfaadt? In my mind, if it wasn't for Ketel Marte, there is an argument that Brandon Pfaadt should have been the NLCS MVP. He shut down Philly lineups like none other. The best 2 starts of his young career. What a playoffs he has produced. I expect better from Zach Gallen against Texas. A little bit different style of lineup. I think he matches up a little bit better against the Rangers than he did the Phillies. And how about Merrill Kelly? He's been an absolute stud in these playoffs as well. That Game 6 performance was legendary stuff for Diamondback fans. What do I expect here? Well, I think when it comes down, you have to give the edge to Texas because of who they're going to use as their Game 4 starter. I don't know who's going to start Game 4. In fact, it's probably going to be Joe Mantiply for the D-backs and a bullpen game in Game 4. For that simple reason, you have to give edge to Texas. And the fact that Zach Gallen got knocked around a little bit by the Phillies. If he doesn't bounce back, this could turn in an ugly series very quickly for Diamondbacks fans. Jordan Montgomery and Nathan Eovaldi have been on point all playoffs, and you cannot expect anything different. So the edge in starting pitching has to go to the Texas Rangers. As good as the starting pitching has been for Texas, the bullpen is scary. Outside of 3 guys, I'm not sure where Texas gets innings from. Josh Sborz, Aroldis Chapman, Jose Leclerc. Who else? It seems to me those are the guys for Texas. And if one of the starters gets knocked around early, I don't know where they go to for length other than maybe Andrew Heaney. And that's a scary proposition for Texas fans. They've seen it all year. The bullpen has been a weakness. They've tried to address it over and over again. It just really hasn't worked out. So when it comes down to it, the lack of depth, there isn't a lot there for the Texas Rangers. So they really are dependent upon starting pitching. On the other side, Arizona has been absolutely loaded in the bullpen. Ryan Thompson, Kevin Ginkel, and Paul Sewald have been incredible. In fact, Ginkel and Sewald have yet to give up a run in the postseason. That is phenomenal. And that Game 7 performance, 5 outs from Kevin Ginkel, was unreal. Heavy advantage in the bullpen, I believe, at this time for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And they aren't facing the same quality of left-handed hitters outside of Corey Seager and Nathaniel Lowe. So I think you'll see a little bit more of Joe Mantiply and Andrew Saalfrank against Seager and Lowe. Other than that, there's less left-handed batters than what Philadelphia had. So that makes things very, very interesting. Ryan Thompson, Kevin Ginkel are going to be a huge part of this series for the Diamondbacks. We'll see what happens there if they can hold up. They're incredible all the way through the postseason, especially in the NLCS. So I have a big advantage here in terms of bullpen for the Diamondbacks. You know I'm going to give a prediction, but before we do, we really need to talk about this. This is a World Series to watch. All these people, well, the Yankees aren't in it, the Mets aren't in it, the Padres, the Red Sox, shut it. I don't want to hear it. These are 2 exciting young baseball teams. Just 2 years ago, they both lost 100 games. There are stories abound in these playoffs. Torey Lovullo managing in his first World Series. Bruce Bochy may cement himself as maybe the best manager ever in baseball if his Texas Rangers win this World Series. These are two fantastic teams to watch. They hit home runs. They have speed. They have defense. This is what the game of baseball is all about. Yeah, you're saying, well, they're not the two biggest markets. So be it. This is what baseball is about, and you can guarantee that I'm going to be watching. This is going to be thrilling entertainment, and that's what this game is all about. Now, as far as you can tell, yes, I was in Arizona in August when the D-backs were going through their struggles and watched them kind of come out of it. I am rooting for the Diamondbacks. My heart says Diamondbacks. It's been all the way along. However, I have picked them to lose every single series. In fact, I've had Texas picked to lose every single series. So I've been dead wrong in my predictions. So my heart says Arizona. My head says Texas in 6. My overall idea, I want to see 7 of the best games we've seen all year because this World Series has a chance to be epic. Even if it isn't the two biggest markets in baseball, I'm going to be watching. I hope you are too. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of another video and the journey through year 2 here on 3 Up, 3 Down in the Major League season. I hope you are going to enjoy the World Series. Make sure you comment down below your prediction. As always, we're going to have all kinds of off-season videos, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel and are following along all off-season as well for all kinds of baseball content right here on 3 Up, 3 Down. Till next time, take care, everyone.